Déjame ver si estamos en YouTube. Si no, vamos a esperar un poco más. Ok. Buenas noches, queridos amigos. Buenas noches, Ebenezer. Muchas gracias por estar
Buenas noches.
un lunes más aquí de noche para poder practicar por lo menos una hora el inglés, en este caso. Solo para explicarles un poco sobre nuestra comunidad. Es una comunidad donde intentamos practicar, poder aprender más sobre el idioma inglés en este caso, a través de la conversación, a través de tópicos, de temas específicos para cada conversación. Se envía una lista de preguntas para cada sesión que tenemos, con una lista de vocabulario que tal vez puede ser útil y se puede utilizar en ese contexto. Y la idea principal es alentar o animar a las personas que tal vez se sienten estancadas, que tal vez piensan que ya llevó mucho tiempo sin poder hablar inglés, a poner finalmente el conocimiento o los estudios que se hicieron, tal vez de gramática u otros tipos de estudios de la lengua, en práctica. Eh, y es eso, en resumen, normalmente nosotros comenzamos con una presentación personal. Como nosotros ya nos conocemos bastante bien, vamos a pasar directamente a las preguntas de hoy. Hoy vamos a estar hablando sobre la inteligencia artificial en el trabajo y en los estudios. ¿Cómo cambió la inteligencia artificial, el modo en que nosotros actualmente estudiamos y también cómo este afecta en su trabajo en diferentes áreas específicas? Okay, so let's switch to English now because we are going to start responding our today's topic, our today's question. As I already said, today we will be talking about AI in work and study. So let's read the first question. Let me see here. I have the questions over here. Yep. So the first question goes like this. How has AI changed the way students learn today? I believe it's a difficult question. What do you think about it, Ebenezer? Do you think that AI has changed totally the way that we nowadays study, or how it's applied in university, in high school? What do you think?
Yeah, good evening for everyone. Um, okay, how AI changed the way students learn today? Yeah, I think it depends. Yeah, uh, talking about generally, how AI has helped a person to solve problems. I think AI today provide instant access to information the way how I can search and how can I get feedback about what I'm looking for. Uh, for students, I have actually I don't know how the students today are using AI, but I can imagine because of how I use it every day. But I think the AI maybe is used to draft essays, maybe to try to solve complex problems, and of course to explore vast amounts of data much faster for than ever before. So in a in a single word, I think I can I think that it's more learning speed than before.
Have you ever used AI on studying?
Of course, it's interesting because today when we are studying or trying to learn a new thing and you have any doubt about something, mm, in the past we for those who use different web pages like I don't remember the name of that famous page for
ChatGPT?
developers.
Ah,
No,
Stack
before.
Overflow.
Yeah. Most of the time we pass time reading about Stack Overflow, about comments. But today it's like the first thing we want to know. The first thing we do now is try to ask to any tool, any AI tool
Mm-hmm.
to get a faster information.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, something that I don't understand of, I use them just to know if what I was thinking about that it's the same that AI provides me the the information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you said, I believe that AI has changed totally the way that students nowadays write their essays, how they research information. Immediate feedback is something that is powerful. On the other hand, it can be detrimental as well. Because if we think about it a little bit deeper, I believe that when you were like it was like harder to find information, you acquired more knowledge because you were like researching and researching things or reviewing books, reviewing articles. But nowadays you have the exact response immediately. So I believe that knowledge comes from repetition as well. We the people or students or people who use AI for studying purposes, they don't have that kind of repetition that is essential for like learning something or keep some information in mind. I use currently AI for working. I cannot. I have to be honest. And as you said, from my view, AI Stack Overflow has been changed for a lot of AI engines, not just for ChatGPT, but also for. I'm not sure if you have used or you have access to GitHub Copilot. I had access the
Yeah,
last year, and it's so powerful. So I don't need to use Stack Overflow anymore. But
of
I
course.
believe that you can use it as Stack Overflow. Obviously, it shows you a piece of the theoretical part, the concept that is important, but as well the result of your research. So yeah, it has changed the game completely from my view. Yeah, but I believe that it has, as I already said, it has pros and cons, and people has to know how to use it. People has to be aware that it can be detrimental as well as useful. Could you please read the second one and respond it, please?
Okay. What are the main advantages of using AI in education? As we were talking recently, we were talking about information result when we research something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an instant feedback and grading. So, and I think it's accessibility every moment. You have a doubt or you want to know about something, you can ask for an start in everything. AI can provide real time in everything. Now we are talking about learning languages, so real time translation. Maybe you can talk with an AI in a
Mm-hmm.
different language, and it could be like what like you are talking like a native, or or the AI can highlight your mistakes and
Mm-hmm.
give you an instant answer, instant correction, or maybe when you are a pronunciation uh, in different ways, kind of badly. But I think AI now it's like a free book for everything, so you can master in everything using
Mm-hmm.
AI. Of course, it will give you um, I, I think that it will give you a good theory in everything. So
Hmm.
it has changed a lot.
Yeah. Well, in this moment, we are talking about the advantages about of AI, of using the AI in education. Well, you mentioned it about using it on language learning. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's powerful. It's something that you have access for of almost everything. If you want to learn about conjugation, new grammar, or you just want to acquire different ways of say something, synonyms, new words, increase your vocabulary. It's really useful, but it's a fact. I currently use it for correct my essays as I am training writing as well. And it's really good. It's really good. Something I don't like about it is that I'm not sure if you have watched some videos on internet or perhaps some articles on LinkedIn where people shows that in my case ChatGPT, I know that there are a lot of different tools, AI tools. ChatGPT normally responds you with always in a positive way. It's like, oh, you are doing well even though you are not doing well. But I believe
Yeah,
that it's because it's being created like that, like to always being positive. And I think that it's not that good compared to a tutor that will show you your mistakes, obviously, not in a rude way, but I believe that that kind of, how can I say, corrections, exact correction at exact point can make you even learn better, you know? So
yeah,
that's the only thing that I don't like about ChatGPT, talking about specifically ChatGPT. I know that there are, as already said, others engines, AI engines. I haven't used them, but ChatGPT is like that. But it's
Mhm.
been so useful. How you do you have you used like AI for learning English in some case, in some at some point of your language learning journey?
I I remember that I think I downloaded an application and I started talking with some AI agent. And yeah, it like in some cases he will it highlights my pronunciation mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think it's like a good tool for me. For I know that my pronunciation will not gonna be the same as a native person, but I really think that pronunciate the words correctly, not sound like an American, but correctly,
Mm-hmm.
could show the correct meaning in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good tool for, especially for me,
Mm-hmm.
those applications that can talk uh, about everything just for practice, and I think it's
Yeah,
valid.
yeah. I completely agree with you. I've never had the opportunity to use AI for to train talking or to practice my speaking, but perhaps in the future I will try. I will give it a try. So let's move on to the third question. Do you think AI tools can replace teachers or professors? Why or why not? Well, I'm going to start with this one.
Okay.
As I mentioned it in the last question, I believe that AI won't be able to replace like 100% teachers because they don't have that sense of like how can I say it? They are machines. It's something logical behind all of those response that they provide. So they don't have that sense of perhaps kindness or a specific methodology to really make a student understands something that the student is struggling with. So I know that there are a lot of people. a lot of teachers to redirect the way, or they change the way that they teach for a specific person. Let's take language learning as an example again. I follow a lot of English teachers, Spanish teachers, French teachers on social media, specifically on Instagram. And something interesting, that almost all of them offer it's a like I forgot the word, a personal way of teaching, like a customized way of teaching. So they will
Yeah.
shape their classes because depending on what you need, or the
Okay.
way that you are, the way the person that you are, because the kind of person you are, because we are all different and we learn in different ways. So I believe that a teacher has that power. Obviously a good teacher, or a teacher who has some experience working individually or with different uh, group of people. So I believe that the AI won't replace them at all. Obviously, they can teach it, but like a real professor, nowadays I would always prefer like a mentor or a teacher rather than an AI or a machine over there, like just giving me back some response. What do you think about it?
Well, I am agree with you about AI cannot replace a professor, because I do really appreciate the experience of a professor. When someone show you the experience he have passed, or maybe some situation that he has lived, and how it has been resolved. So those situations that are part of life, part of the experience at work, AI will not gonna give you. So in that case, there are a lot of things that AI cannot give you as a professor. We are talking about emotional intelligence, but when you talk about ChatGPT, about when it answers your questions, and it almost says, like you said, "Oh, you are almost done," or maybe you are doing a great job, but you know that it's not good, not okay. I think maybe it's trying to emulate something like emotional intelligence, or maybe trying to motivate you. But I think it's a little bit funny. But yeah, for me, I enjoy when professors have experience of what they are teaching, and he can pass you the experience, or things that have passed in the real world. So in that case, of course, maybe AI can provide you this information faster, but a professor can give you a different way, and some professors have different ways to learn, to teach. Excuse me. So yeah, uh, for me, I think you can use AI tools, but of course it's great to follow a good professor if you want to learn about something.
Yeah. Well, so we both agree that nowadays we could use AI for learning something, but they won't, or they are not replacing, like as a whole, a teacher. So yeah, let's read the fourth one. Could you please read the fourth one and answer it?
Okay. Yeah. What are some potential risk of relying too much on AI while studying? Yeah, okay. I am thinking more about the students, because in that period when you are trying to construct your knowledge,
Hmm.
it's very important that you're not be dependent of AI. of course you don't have experience. It's good to to learn about someone's experience. And when you use AI, not all the things that AI can give you are 100% correct.
Mhm,
Of course, this is this information. It's like a compile of a lot of information that was researched on the web or any other base or source. So mm, don't try to depend on the first your thing to do when you want to resolve something. It's
mhm,
go directly to the ChatGPT or any AI tool. Try to resolve at least the or the organize your steps. Like first thing it's this just maybe to the AI tools to get deeper, but not make the AI think for you. uh,
mhm,
I, I think that the critical thinking is essential for someone who is trying to learn more or trying to get your own experience, not just
mhm,
passing what AI give you.
mhm. Yeah, I believe that you mentioned it everything, and yeah, it's something that is unfortunately something that's happening nowadays. People are relying like 100% of everything that AI provides or shows, all of the results, as people normally rely on social media. And I believe that AI is a little bit more dangerous because it's like a source of our response. It's like we have a genius over there who is gonna tell us everything. Um, yeah, I believe that a way to try to overcome it is at least try to find the source of that information, because as you mentioned it, AI is just a compiler who is gonna try to find uh, the answer from different source of information, and they are gonna just mix them up or arrange all of them and give you back just as a result. So I believe that it's essential to try at least to find another source of information, not just an AI engine. As I already mentioned it, I read an article on LinkedIn where a guy who was like showing how ChatGPT at that case was like really confident about its responses, even though it was wrong. I believe that that guy asked something like, tell me state of Brazil which that hasn't A in the name of it. It was something like this, and ChatGPT responded an state with an A in the middle of the name of the state, but AI was saying like, okay, that's the correct answer. It's a fact, but it wasn't. It was something that you didn't need to like research more to know that it was a wrong response. So, yeah, and about critical thinking, you mentioned something about that. So it tackled a little bit one part of the question number five. So let me read the fifth one here. How does AI affect critical thinking and creativity in students? So we were talking about critical thinking. As we mentioned it affects negatively critical thinking when we start relying just in one source of information. We stop like researching or increasing our knowledge, and we just start looking at just one way. It's like our words start seeming or looking just linear, not like a global vision that we should have. So
Mhm.
we start thinking it that way. And about creativity, it's a fact as well that is affecting. It's been detrimental for students and for new generation that they rely everything on AI. For example, if you want to write an essay, or if you want to start a project, you have no ideas, and you go over there, and AI gives you an idea, and you start just doing what AI told you. So with that kind of like actions, I believe that we stop being creative people. You creativity is an essential skill for any single or any kind of area, or for any kind of domain, in my opinion. And what do you think about it?
Yeah. Yeah, talking about prefers about critical thinking. When you just pass any problem for to the AI tool and just and you don't add anything or change anything or just copy, I think it's a big problem because it's removing the need for research, and you don't have, of course, the synthesis and validation of what of this of if this answer is okay. And so first, I think you need to know how to resolve the problem, and maybe after 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 you have realized how to resolve it, you can go to ChatGPT just for asking single steps, like you know how to do it, and you just need some technical information, maybe, or something punctually. So I think it's valid, not pass all the problem to resolve. That could be a bad thing about how I can affect in a student. Creativity, I think it could be a good start, as you mentioned. You can have an idea, but maybe your idea is not clear, and of course you can just ask pass your main idea, maybe use them like a made like a brainstorming partner, can can give you an or adding something more in your main idea can help students quickly generate ideas. And yeah, in that case, I think it's completely valid for students using GPT for to clarify ideas in some cases.
Okay, thank you so much for your insights. Let's move on to the sixth one. Let me see here. What ethical concerns arise when using AI for studying or working? I believe that it's a controversial question. I watched some videos where students were like in a meeting. They were attending classes on online. I believe that it was via Zoom on another resource, and they had to make a presentation. And I believe that I watch a lot of videos in that context. I'm not sure if it's something that is like already prepared, or it's for real. But they say to the teacher or the professor that they had like the camera is not working, and they start like just searching the information, or giving prompts, or sending prompts to AI to create the presentation at that exact moment. And they got the information, and they opened the camera and start just saying what AI had created at that specific time. So I believe that it's part of the ethical concern, because I don't, as already said, I'm not sure if this kind of content is real, or it's just something already prepared for like gaining more followers, or for having more likes. But it's concerning how, if we think a little bit about future professionals, how they will be like performing as professionals someday, if they just rely, or they just pass classes or exams or tests using AI. On the other hand, on working, I watched some videos as well that were like similar, but for interviews. It was like a guy who was starting an interview. An interviewer was over there, and he or she did something similar, like my camera is not working, and asked it to ChatGPT, and then she started doing the technical interview. So yeah, and the same thing with language with English. I watched a video where a guy was he said that his English was like enough for working in an English speaking environment, but the reality was like it wasn't like that. And he was at the same time like asking ChatGPT to interact with the other with the interviewer, but the interviewer realized noted that there was something wrong over there. So yeah, it's a great concern about the using of AI nowadays and starting or working. What do you think?
Yeah, I didn't know about those experiences that you had mentioned today about the interview and those, but I think yeah, I think it happens. But and talking about ethical concerns, what it comes to my to my head right now is it's about how professors, teachers can identify if this is essay it was not generated in by an AI tool. I think today, writing an essay or writing something, or maybe is explaining if you have understood something. Uh, Nowadays, I think AI can generate human quality text and makes it difficult for a professor to identify if this was our original work. Or maybe you can take a piece of I don't know, a piece of a paper written for someone important, but you can ask or ask for an AI tool to generate the same thing, but in a different way, like you are plagiarism and that work from someone else, but you are asking for an AI tool just to make like mask about this. So it's very, how can I say, it's difficult for someone that is like a professor, a teacher, and and in working, well, I think that the dependence of AI tool we were talking about dependent, when you just start losing to think by yourself or just depending on AI to resolve everything in a working place. So it's those things that today I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, you mentioned it. You mentioned it. An interesting word that is plagiarism. That has become something normal nowadays. And talking about those tools that like recognize like essays created by AI. I don't, well, I'm not sure about which one you have tried, but at least I found one because, by the way, it's a bad experience that I had. I had an English tutor some months ago, and I realized that the essays that I was sending to him to like do to give to correct it to give me a feedback, he started like responding me really quickly, and I said it's like kind of impossible to a person, even if he was a really good English speaker, it was like so difficult to give me that feedback in just 5 minutes after I send it to him, and I copied sorry, the correction that they send to me, and I put it in the AI tool to know if it was generated by AI, and that tool told me that it was 99% chances that it was created by AI. So I started like
Wow.
doubting about or hesitating about that tutor. But on the other hand, I when I remember that I said, okay, let's try it. let's see if it's really it's really it is really working. So I wrote an essay by hand. It was my own essay. I didn't copy anything from AI. I just obviously perhaps I used some translator to find some words I didn't know how to spell them. But when I finished my essay that was made by me, I copied my that essay to the same tool, and the same tool told me that it was like a 90% created by AI. So I was not sure. But
Wow.
yeah, by the way, that tutor, I'm sure that he was using AI for giving
Okay.
that feedback. Yeah, it was really a really bad experience. Okay, so let me see here. Let's move on to the question number. Let's go to the question number uh 11. Let's go to the 11
11.
one.
Okay.
Could you please read this one and try to respond?
Okay, what are the difference between using AI for learning languages and using traditional methods? Well, when we are talking about languages, we are talking about languages, or we are talking about languages like programming languages. It's languages, right? Or it could, okay,
It's about
yeah,
languages like English, not C
like
sharp, Java.
okay. Okay. Well, I think the difference between it's in traditional methods, we of course we depend on human instructor. And today in AI, instant correction and pronunciation analysis, it's in the palm of your hand. In traditional methods, if you want to practice, you need you need a person in the other side can talk to you and have a practice time. Today, we just download an app and we can start practicing in like grammarly or speaking. What else? Maybe an AI with AI you can have efficiency with and talking about pronunciation. Yeah, I think I both of them have a good approach, but and for learning today, learning a language, it's easier for someone just to download any app today. That there are a lot of
Mm,
apps that can give you a good start in a language.
mm,
And then, of course, most not most of them, but I think you can get an app that could be free. In the first item, some of them offered you can 15 minutes a day for free. If you want more, you have to pay. But if you are consistent, you can practice every day. It could be a good start.
mm. Thanks so much, Vinicius. For my view, I have never used like specific tools for learning languages. I know there are a lot of applications that were created driven by AI, where you can learn about pronunciation, you can learn about grammar, or you can even talk with like AI agents in different accents. So I have never used those kind of tools, but I believe that it has transformed the way that people learn languages nowadays. Um, it's kind of curious because even though we were talking about plagiarism when studying, but when we talk about learning languages, it's something that perhaps it's something notable because if you have really learned something, for example, English in this case, you will have to show it. On the other hand, if you are learning, for example, programming, you are learning to code in C Sharp and Java or whatever, and you just AI to do that work, you can just code it and send it send it to your teacher, and he or she won't never know will never know that it was done what written by you. But in language learning, it's not like that. If you want to show that you really can do it, you have to do it in flesh, like us in this moment. So it's something that you have really demonstrate. So there is not so much problems about plagiarism, about cheating. Obviously, if you are like taking an exam and you are using ChatGPT for just passing the exam, it's not gonna work for a language learner, because at the final of your class, you won't be able to speak, you won't be able to write. I believe that's the great difference between language learning with the other domains, like in my opinion, should be the same, but unfortunately, I believe it's more notable when you learn a language, as I already said, because if you want to demonstrate that you know it, you have to produce something,
Yeah,
either
should be
writing,
proven.
yeah, you either writing, either translating something, or either speaking. That is the most popular one. So yeah, I believe that the disadvantages don't apply so much on language learning when it's really something that person really want to achieve. But in the other side, we have the other disadvantages. Yeah, that's my opinion. Would you like to choose to pick up whatever question you want from 12 to 15?
Okay, let's see. Uh, okay, let's go to number 12. The next
12.
one. How does AI influence teamwork and collaboration and work environment? Okay, in my case, we're talking about my day a day in working. Um, I don't know if this influenced teamwork because, as you know, as a developer, you get a task and you resolve the task. And maybe in some situation, you can join a colleague to resolve something else or something bigger. But how influence? Because today I consider AI like a slave for me because there are something that I'm not going to take so much time. Like in my case, one of them is the front end or styling thing, like say CSS or something like that. You just prompt to your slave something like give me this button like this color and have some key frames or move some like something like that and and he will do it in seconds. So maybe you need or in my case, now I'm talking about my case, I use it AI like to short the time of the task will be resolved. And for collaboration in work environment, I can imagine in a situation that could be like automation, like in some cases for those people's like the who need to work like in a process, something like you are expecting something from someone that could be done that could AI can automate and you can and you don't need to wait for or the part of the process from someone. So in that case, I think could be a good example automation process. Today, days we most of the industries or enterprises they have attention from WhatsApp. You just send a message, and it's most of the time is an AI agent that can handling your situation depends of what do you need. If you need something like pay something or ask some the bills of something, everything. So those things that maybe in a situation of handled by a human could be delayed. Nowadays they are faster because the process now it's like they build a process and the AI conducts you in the profit in the process you need. So for those cases, I think it's terrific the AI influence in a work environment.
Yeah, I completely agree. Even more in our current environment, we both work in IT area. I believe that if it's well applied, it can contribute enormously. The way that we communicate, the way that we deploy or release our product. So I
Mhm.
believe that it's a good tool. And about something that you mentioned, the like the support that some companies are applying with AI, something I don't like at all. I'm not sure if you had to deal with it when you had to solve an important problem with a company, a company, for example, and you had to like reaching them up, and it was like an AI agent, and you couldn't like explain your problem at all, and they start like replying you, I don't understand your answer, and I don't understand your answer, and I normally wait to say to that agent to tell me, do you want to talk with a human being? But there are some who that don't give you that option, and it's so annoying when you cannot contact a human in the other on the other side of the line. So it's something that I don't like at all. Like try to solve problems with those kind of let me see, resources. I gonna call them resources. So yeah, that's it. So let me see if we can tackle one more question. Oh, okay. Let's go to the 15 one. I believe that we have never read the last one of our list, so we are gonna do it now. Would you
Okay.
recommend AI tools to your friends for starting? Why or why not? I would recommend them, but it depends on which level of starting you are. I believe that it's important to develop critical thinking, as we mentioned it, and for that you need to really go to the basis of it. So if you, let's take English learning for example. If you want to learn it, you have to go and find a book, a good podcast, or some other resource that will, or a good teacher who will show you the way that you need to tackle the basis that in my case the most important, because depending on the basis that you are like building, you are scaffolding, I believe is the word. It's how you are gonna reach, or how you are gonna build your all of the structure for the future, for your future English learning. So I believe that it's important to use them, but you need to have a good base first. And it's important to don't rely 100% on it, and it's important as well to have a balance. It can be 50%, 70% from books, from teachers, from tutors, from a human being, and 30% from AI tools. That would be my piece of advice. What do you think about it, Ebenezer, to finish this part?
Yeah, of course, I cannot say don't use AI because I think that could be like I don't know how to say maybe stupid because today at the AI it's we were talking about good points about AI, about feedback, about the speed learning. So, what I recommend for those who are studying, try to follow a roadmap and that use your the AI tool just to achieve every step of the roadmap. As I say, don't make AI think for you. try to resolve things first in your mind, maybe in a paper, write something, or write the way you can resolve, and ask AI to, or ask to help you to resolve. Use AI as an slave. Maybe are things that maybe could be um, difficult for you to do, not because you are not good enough, but maybe because you don't like it to do it, but you need to do it. So use the AI to work for you, like the AI is your junior agent and you are the master, or maybe you are the architect, and ask the AI to do the single steps. If try to understand the problem, try to understand what the AI gave you as an answer, because sometimes not even the AI answer is 100% correct. Mm, If you don't see any error in the response, maybe because you are accepting what this is this as an answer. Maybe there are always things to correct, and I think that's the recommendation that I can give for for those who are studying.
Mhm.
Follow some professors, as you said, uh, watching some videos, listening some podcasts, and why not a book? I think it's valid too. So
Mhm.
I think that are the recommendations.
That was a great, Ebenezer, and something I would like to point out from you, what you just said. Use AI like as a tool, not like a fun of your solutions, and use it
Yeah.
as a co-pilot, as we say in IT area. No, you are the pilot. You have to use it like a tool, like something that will help you, but it's not something that will solve all of your problems. And yeah, we finished our today's topic, so I would like to know about your experience. How was it? How did you find this topic? Did you learn something new? How was the experience? How the experience was for you in this conversation? So go ahead. How was it?
Yeah, I think it was great because in my case, I do need to reinforce the uses of AI. Because this tool is powerful, but sometimes it could make you remove the need of research, and make that synthesis and validation. So as as a good topic, I learned a lot about, of course, vocabulary, and of course thinking about how things are are going now, right? So I think it was a good topic. I I I think that's very valid for today.
Thank you so much. I learned a lot as well this night. We always learn from each other. It's something that it's really powerful about this kind of conversation. So if you want to participate in this kind of conversation, just send us a DM on. You can send us an email on the email that is set over there in our YouTube channel or in our Instagram account. And that's it. Thanks so much for having accepted this invitation, Minister, and I hope to see you in our next conversation that will be on the next month, in the next month, on the next Monday. So let's continue enhancing our English knowledge. And that's it. Thank you so much for being here again, and have a good night. Bye bye.